Hey guys, it's Lucid. Welcome back. We're going to have another round with Sceleria, our middle-aged nation, and it's turn 29. We have some money from Marignon. Basically, I had told Marignon, as I mentioned last episode, I'm not super excited about him taking this, nor am I excited about him taking this, since he basically told me he was only going to take the top half of the island, and I'm going to be doing all the work. Anyway, we're getting a lot of kings, so we're doing about 3 castings per turn. And there's some battles, so let's go through and watch them. This is Satis versus Man. So Man had attacked Satis, but then Man got backstabbed by Agartha. And basically, as that has happened, Satis has been able to take back some of his lands from Man, because he was really pinned into only a few provinces. And it looks like he has some key research done. He has Foul Vapors up, which is really good. But a lot of us were expecting that, so we have poison resistance on our dudes, which is a bit unfortunate because I found my way into Jade Amazons who can cast Foul Vapors, and if everybody didn't put it on their Bless, that would be way better for me. So anyway, there's that. And here we're fighting, it seems, a group of Ysian militia. So this is the province that I had attacked before, but they put a palisades up, and it appears they were not patrolling, which is quite good. They've got this Morgan champion, but basically it means I fight these Ysian militia in infantry, which are actually worse, I think, in my opinion, than Shark Tribe. So, this actually is kind of an easier group of Indies. They will kill my skeletons much more slowly. And so yeah, we managed to successfully attack, and really we didn't lose too much. I mean, considering this is probably, I want to say 25 or 30, this is probably 30 PD. And yeah, we took it with only losing kind of 80 undead, which is nothing, even at this stage in the game. And we are attacking them here, but we're not attacking them, we just ping them. I'm pinging them with my undead dudes to see what he's got going on. And we can see he's moved his big army out, his flotilla of flame jellies, which are pretty good. And a huge army of these guys. It looks like he's going to try to make a play to defend his fort, which I had broken the turn before, but did not try to storm. We attack Yis here with a pretty big army, and it doesn't appear he has much PD. We're not going to watch that. That was that cave province. And then finally, we do ping just to see what's inside that little fort, and he put up a bunch of, so there go his little dudes. He's got a pretty good communion going on here. These are non-aquatic druids, so basically Yis is this kind of weird nation that really wants to be on land. Like these guys, once you make them, they cannot go in the water, so if you're gonna like give up on land, you're kind of stuck with these guys in your forts, and he's got kind of a lot of them actually. But yeah, they're entering into a communion. I'm not sure what they're gonna drop, but we'll find out. Let's see. These birds are going to come down here, and they may... No, okay, I think we're going to kill them. So this actually is kind of nice. We're getting rid of all of his bird chaff. Oh, but this guy, unfortunately, beelines literally straight for my commander. But if you look at it all, he put Howl up. I think that's 3 nature gems, yeah. He put Light of the Northern Star. That's 2 astral pearls. He summoned an earth elemental, which is going to be 1 or 2 gems apiece, depending on what his path level was when he cast it. He got 3 of those, so we're looking at least 6 earth gems and at least 2 air elementals. Which, let's see what this guy's path is. It's level 2, so these are 2 gem per elemental, which means, yeah. He's probably spent 4 air gems. What is this guy? Okay, he's probably doing... This was probably at least... This is probably like 5 earth gems. I think If you cast 2 Earth Elementals in your Earth 3, it's going to take 3 Earth Gems. So anyway. But maybe not if you're in a Communion. I don't know. And then he put Howl up, and then this. I mean, he probably spent 14 gems on this fight, and I lost a 3-gem commander. So, and then I killed a bunch of his swans, which I didn't even really mean to. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. We got to see his script. So, Howl is really good when you're defending ports. Especially if you can clog up the entrance, which it looks like he wouldn't have had too much trouble doing. So I'm really glad I didn't send an army in there. They probably would have gotten their ass kicked. As it stands, he lost 10 gems and, yeah, 70 birds. That was a pretty good trade for me. And then finally we see a battle here. Actually, we're going to watch this. So, it looks like Marignan is trying to storm Yis's fort. And Yis really has almost nothing. He just has some druids. And let's see what he does here. I think he's going to do the same thing, yeah. So he's got some elementals coming out. He's got Howl up. Now he's doing... These are, I think, the Communion slaves, if I recall. But he's kind of packing a bunch of them in here. What are these? Are these druids also? Yeah. And... yeah, so they're having trouble actually making it all the way through. They're getting... These wolves are keeping them from really kind of coming out very quickly. And now it's just the druids left. And meanwhile, they're just, you know, they're taking some damage. And these guys are so buffed now because they have all this stuff. They have Temper Flesh on them. They have 20 protection from Iron Skin. They have the Bless, which is kind of nice. It's going to give them fire resistance and other things, which I think is okay versus solar weapons. It's going to give them, they have Body Ethereal, and they have Luck, and they have Twist Fate. And so these guys are actually super duper hard to kill, like really hard to kill. So I know how this battle actually turns out. I don't know if this replay is going to do the same though. Okay, Marignan routed. And there they go. So, guys, if you need to do a castle defense on a budget, take lessons from these guys. That was an extremely impressive defense from Yis against Marignan. He basically lost 2 druids and a commander and killed all of this stuff. I mean, amazing, really amazing. I mean, killed one of these cap-only mages, killed 2 priests, 21 sacreds. These each cost 50 gold apiece, so this is about 1,000 gold worth of knights. I mean, just huge how much damage he did with only losing 2 guys. Very impressive defense. Okay, and we've breached a couple of these forts. So we've breached this fort, and we've breached this fort again. Now, Yis may choose to come on land, and now I've got to decide what I do. Do I try to breach this? I probably don't want to, because I have a feeling he's going to move this army back here and kill that. And he probably knows that I'm not going to attack here, because I don't really have many troops on top. So I think what I'm going to do is move the force that I will ultimately take this with, and I will move them all in right now. And basically, we're going to finally deploy our mages that we have been recruiting. We're getting a few of these. This guy's going to be doing... Basically, we're going to get a lot that are going to go into a Communion. This guy's going to be doing Power of the Spheres and Anti-Magic. This guy's going to be doing Communion Master and then Divine Channeling. And then Fanaticism and Power of the Sepulchre. Power of the Sepulchre will make all of my units much better, especially versus Sacreds. We're bringing in a bunch of these Rotariuses to deal with any of his knights, and just a boatload of archers, of undead, in addition to some archers and then more Rotariuses down here. For scripting, I've got basically a line in the front that are all on attack rear. A lot of these guys in the back, some of these guys are on hold and attack, and that's so that it kind of goes in 2 salvos. These guys will kind of go forward, get chewed up. Second salvo will hold and wait and go in. If they go in right away, if you don't put them on hold and attack, a lot of times they'll run forward and kind of cram up behind the first line. So while the banishment is hitting the first line, it will also hit the second. So a lot of times it's better to do 2 waves. And then we've also got some Horde of Skeleton Casters. I don't know, I'm not putting Rigor Mortis up yet, but I think I'm bringing, am I bringing gems? Yeah, I've got gems to do Rigor Mortis, I just don't have the spell researched yet. Next turn I'll have it. So ideally, I'll put all my dudes on top. I don't think he's going to attack me, I think he's probably going to attack here. And then we will do Rigor Mortis and invade there, and hopefully that works. Hal is a son of a bitch, though, so we'll see how that actually plays out. What else? Oh, so these guys, they're all going to move up in here. I don't think, yes, that would be a pretty Jedi move if they move here. They're probably like, hey, he's going to break the fort, I have to defend. So he's probably going to move all these guys back here. We're going to move this big group here. Hopefully that works. We're going to move another big group here. And you can see, almost in no time, I mean, last turn we spent a couple turns, last episode we spent a few turns basically preparing for the war with Yis. We had gotten a lot of our infrastructure up, it did not have a lot of priests. You can see already it is, basically it's, we're basically a little more than 2 years into the game. It's what, turn 29 or something. So, but our undead machine is going at full steam, and we are able to just crank out huge amounts. If we take a look at our army graph, you can see it's just, I mean, this was all initial expansion and human armies. Here's when we started making undead. Here's where we had the big fight with Yis. We lost. Here's another fight with Yis. Or no, this was the fight with Agartha. This is the big fight with Yis that we lost. It dipped a little bit, but hardly. We're already way past that. And it's only going to get higher and higher and higher. You get more undead with this nation than you do with any of the pop kills, if you kind of go with this strategy. They're not elite, but yeah, they're not bad. So that's the plan. We're going here and here, and we're going to set up to storm, and he's going to have basically 3 big armies to deal with, one of which is going to take one of his forts. These guys are going to also come back. What's nice is there's an earth site here, which I'm quite happy with. And what else? Can't think of anything in particular. Oh yeah, so I'm moving a bunch of these guys. One of the things that I did, because at any point he can choose to kind of come and sit on top of my cap, which would shut down my capital recruitment, which I'm not super excited about. I generally am going to try to move, like I'm moving these guys out, but because I had kind of put a big group of guys in my capital, mages. And there's one reason you want to consolidate a large mage force, and that is because if you end up chasing down an army, you don't want people moving from different paths, because they can move into one of your provinces, and then only some of your mages will end up fighting them. So it's nice to kind of build up a core. So this is a core that I had built up. I'm going to move them here. Within a few more turns, I will move more of my other mages into my capital to make another core that can respond. Don't have assassins either. I had mentioned, I think last episode, maybe the episode before, that I am going to break into blood. I haven't started that yet, and that's because I still need more undead production, but once I kind of cap out there, we're going to start getting blood. One of the things you can do with that is I am a nation that can make assassins in all of my forts, so I can make armies of them. So one of the things that I can do is make lifelong protection, and then I also will have water access. Depending on what kind of income I can get these ladies with a water bracelet to forge, what do you call it? The bottles of water. And that will be pretty effective. Probably give them a coral sword also, to give them a little bit more HP. And they will do a lot of work in terms of assassinating. Like a few of those guys can do so much damage. So... And I might make some boots with my nature gems to kind of shuttle them around. But anyway, that will be significantly later, but we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit now. We're continuing on site searching. I don't think we found anything. Nope. And the event, it's another disease is spreading. Thank you, game. But I think because these events came from some of the thrones, I think kind of everybody is dealing with it. So, you know, better everybody deal with it than just me. Yeah, so I think that's it for this turn. Let's go ahead and pull up the next one. Oh, we're gonna do diplomacy super quick. I don't know if I sent anything. I usually send 1 or 2 messages. Okay, no diplomacy. So next turn, turn 30. We're getting half of the income that this site generates, so that's why he's sending it to me. Which he did kind of to appease me. I didn't say that, like, I don't have any claim to these. He said, I'm just going to give you half the gold till we get it sorted out. Anyway. Let's watch these. So, Yis is attacking me here, it appears. So they did not really actually go and try to defend their fort, which I was a bit surprised with. Instead, they're going to go sit on top of one of my forts, which, okay, they're going to kill 10 PD, which is something, but not much. Alright, they're attacking me with the smaller contingent here. This should be enough to kind of clear me out, but I've just got 1 skeleton. I think if I had tried to storm the fort, I probably would have died there too. We are attacking Yis here, which he probably did not anticipate, because I'm assuming that he will protect his forts, which is the logical thing. And anyway, we take that. One of the things that's nice is, like, this battle was in the middle of the lake, which is dark. It's deep water. And so you'll notice that we don't get any darkness penalties, but these guys do. They get basically a darkness modifier of -3 on attack and defense. So we are actually way better in the middle of the lake than we are other places. Okay, we can see Abyssia attacking Yis. So Yis is really getting just totally gangbanged here. And while we had told Abyssia that, hey, we need to deal with Yis and Marignon, I had kind of said, hey, don't attack Yis, attack Marignon, because, like, I got Yis. But it seems that, that they want basically easy, undefended provinces rather than to equalize the game state. But it's hard to fight with easy, undefended provinces. Here we go, we're attacking... I think there's a shark tribe, yeah. So they do a little bit of... They've got 3 attacks per square, that's why they're so good. I think they also have Berserk. Yeah. So they can do a pretty huge amount of damage. And are we going to get them? Go catch them, boys. Okay. That was this province, so we took that. And I believe this guy, let's go check real quick. I think this guy actually is twice-born. Is he? Yeah, he's twice-born. So if he dies, I don't really care. He'll just respawn in my capital. And he may even have a higher death path. There's a battle in Pangaea, where Marignon is attacking, and this is Pangaea's fort, or capital. So if he takes this, Pangaea is finally done. So he did hold an attack here, which is kind of nice. If you're trying to go through a castle, you're worried they may kind of clog you at the gate. One of the things you can do is hold an attack, and they may rush out and kill you. And I do not believe that Pangaea is going to survive this, so I think that is an end to Pangaea, yeah. The god of Pangaea has permanently been vanquished, and now Marignon has 2 capitals. Not great. Okay, and that's basically it. So we have successfully dodged a lot of big fights. We are going to... If you look at it, Yis has a big army here and a big army here, and he has nothing on his capital. His armies are away from his capital, so we are going to go and sit on top of it. And that should, I think, whenever you have a battle, it causes a bit of unrest. So that should cause some unrest and thereby hurt his income. It will also slow down Movark Knight production, which is something that the armies of Sceleria are quite interested in. Now, I could have done more raiding. I think this is probably a little overkill. I probably don't need these many troops. But this is basically going to force him to pull his troops back to deal with me. This is a pretty strong fortress. It's got 700 wall defense. I don't know if I can 1-turn crack it, but I can definitely 2-turn crack it. So, yeah, that's going to basically force him to respond. Not sure what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to sit on it. I could have also chosen to raid. That may have been smarter. I didn't need to commit all these troops. But I was kind of hoping I could 1-turn crack it. If I 1-turn crack it, This is the only army that could get to me in time, so then I basically just fight this army outside the cap, and then I get to try to storm it. So anyway, that's kind of the idea. Trying to think what else. So you can see Cetis has both these forts under siege. I'm going to kind of move my scout over here so I can hopefully see what's going on. But Cetis is kind of making a little comeback. Unfortunately for Cetis, I'm probably going to attack him. Because our nap is about to run out. I think our nap has maybe like 1 or 2 more turns on it. And yeah, it's too easy. I'm not going to make peace with Yis, but I'm going to attack Cetis. I need to keep expanding. I've basically finished. I've maxed out infrastructure here, so I need more places to put forts, to make mages, etc. In terms of research, I'm really hauling ass now. I've got 300 research a month, which is pretty damn good for the end of year 2. Not great, but it's probably one of the best in the game right now. Like, I'm probably right up there in top tier. And it's only going to get better as I make more labs in my provinces. We basically have these guys still going around and site searching. If we look at our site searching, if you hit F1 and then you hit tab, you can kind of see this. It's a good way to see what you've site searched and what you haven't. I've actually done a pretty good job doing Water 1, Nature 1. And then Astral, Astral and Death, I'm kind of pretty good up to... Basically, I'm about halfway site searched in Astral and Death. Air and water or air is kind of my weakest of the paths that I have, because this requires a Grand Thaumaturg, which, yeah. Anyway. So what are we going to do? We are going to storm this fort. He can try to attack me and push me off. I do not believe he'll be successful, but I think he probably knows he won't be successful. I'd be really surprised if he tries to attack into this. Importantly, I have Rigor Mortis and Grip of Winter. Yeah. There's just a lot of nasty stuff I can do here. I basically have a ton of Rotariuses too. This is not going to go well if he attacks me. If he attacks me with this army, there's a pretty damn good chance I will kill it to a man, but we will see. And then I don't think there's anything inside that castle. I mean, he can do Hal, which will be annoying, but I don't think there's any way he can keep me from taking it. I just have too much. Too much. I mean, he could... It's possible, right? If he gets me locked up in the gates and I can't break through... Yeah, I don't know. It's possible I could lose, but I think it's really unlikely. If this does a huge amount of damage and then this army's like a quarter of its size and we try to go through, I may lose everything in the storming the castle, but then I will have killed this big army and then I don't care. This guy is not twice-born, by the way. So that's basically it. We're going to be making a move on his cap. If I one-turn crack it, I'm going to probably try to storm it. If not, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. But I think what he's probably going to do is like move this army here. Move this army here. Like a Jedi move actually would be... I don't know whether this army's going to go here or here, but if I predicted that it goes here correctly, I could like move both these here and I would intercept and fight it. That would be pretty damn smart. Anyway, that's the play for right now anyway. What to do? So I moved this Waterlord here, or this Water Mage here. I'm not quite sure because I just ended up moving her somewhere else. Basically, she's going to go site search. I can cast Voice of Aspu soon. No, okay. What am I... Okay, I don't really have plans to go Conjuration for in the super near future, so she's going to go do it by foot. But later she will probably switch to casting that. And I think that's about it. One of the other really nice things about this is if you have some Mountain Kings to spare, you can end up getting them patrolling, and you especially want to do this on your perimeter. And you can make it almost impossible to scout you, which is really nice. Because if people don't see you, it's kind of hard for them to appreciate how nasty you are and how many undead you have on the interior, which is going to make you seem like less of a threat. So killing scouts is always good if you're getting really, really strong. And it's something this nation does very easily because you can pretty easily patrol almost all your provinces. This is a good example of why you don't keep your priests in your frontier forts, your forts that are likely to be sieged, and that's because, like right here, they're just waiting. So these, how many is it? It's 12. So it's 12 times 3. It's like 36 undead that he's killing a turn because these guys aren't making them, which isn't a big deal, but it's something. So we are moving stuff to retake it, and basically we're just moving some elephants and some human troops. I don't expect that he's going to keep stuff on it, but anyway. We're just going to move some stuff to retake it. Here, yeah, we basically just got PD. If I was smart, I probably would like anticipate little raiding squads coming off this, but I don't. Anyway, I think that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going to be storming into Ys's Heartlands next episode as we try to take his fort and try to take his fort and try to get on top of his capital. Hope you tune in to watch it.